And welcome back to the Dragon's Tome. We're already at issue 12. We are slowly but surely making our way chronologically through Dragon Magazine. Me with my first mate, Chopper.
And he was waiting to see who would be his first mate.
And Cabin Boy.
Oh, Rob.
And yes, we are, like I said, we are episode 12. We are looking at February's edition in 1978. 1978. Nice.
This is when the things start to come together in life.
In your life or life in general?
In my life. This is the year I find D&D.
Ah.
Well, definitely the art for this magazine in particular is finding an aesthetic that I like for D&D, and I know you guys poo-pooed my spaceman with the big hand sitch, but I like the art that looks like what you did on your character sheet when you look over the guy with the brows there, and he's given it's like Ronnie James Dio with his little snake staff.
This is Elro here again, so same as last time. So
these, while they're not horrible and they're nice, also look like something someone did in art class.
Well, it definitely looks like something you scribbled on your margins of your paper, which Jack's great. That's exactly what D&D art is. I love the dragon though. The dragon's awesome.
That was on my character sheet. It would have been one of those guys.
Yep.
Looking very similar to that.
These are the things I handed in art class. Here you go, teach.
Jack, did you teleport through time, and are you Elro here? Is that what you're finding out?
No, like I said, if I could teleport through time, I would have invented Stratego.
That's right.
That is well known about me.
That's true.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Can I talk about Dragon Rumbles?
Yeah, so if we're done with the cover, we can continue. And yes, most definitely. Chopper, what do you...
No, it's me.
Oh, he's first. He always goes first now because he has to talk about Dragon Rumbles.
Because it's they just talk about going monthly. They need more writers, like you were talking about, Jack. And they had to post info on page... what page is this? Page 6. They had to post info for their... since they're class 2 male or something like this. So they have their actual home addresses and stuff. So if you want to dox these guys in 1978, you can. But it also shows their subscriber count, and it is at 6,000 copies. So that's pretty good. 6,000 copies of Dragon Magazine going out every month. Yep. So that's how big it got.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I assume that's why they have second class mail now, which means it can be faster and it'll actually arrive without being destroyed, and it won't be like months. I guess I don't know what the mail system was back in 78, but it doesn't sound very good. And, yeah, so that's all I had to talk about. It's becoming a real magazine. It's a real boy. So that's Dragon Rumbles.
Wait, it says effective April 78, subscription prices will double.
Yeah, because it's doubling because there's twice as many issues. It's going from 6 issues a year to 12, so it's doubled. So it isn't doubled. It's the same price. It just costs, for a year subscription, it costs more.
And what page did you say that was on?
Oh,
page 4.
The page 6 is... Dragon Rumbles is always on page 3, but page 6 is the illusionist, or the same page as the illusionist. It's it's like a little chart, and it has all their...
I completely missed that going through because I was looking at Illusionists, that article. I did, and I thought, oh my god, did I do the wrong magazine? In my head, there's this little sweat, and I'm like, what's the chance that the same cover I just described, a guy with eyebrows and a snake staff's on whatever magazine they're looking at? It is tiny.
Probably pretty good high.
There's the article all the way around it, and then you're right. If you look down at it, I thought, oh my god.
I guess it's some regulation that they had to put it on there. Anyways, that was my thing, Jack. So back to you.
Yeah, I'm glad you explained that because I didn't know what that was. I was like, why is this here?
Yeah, they have
in this illusionist article.
It's an illusion.
They don't have to do it anymore.
Oh, fine-tooth comb this guy does. Anyways, then, Pat, what's your first of
All right,
many?
my first of least many. This is probably the least amount of articles that I could find. There's not too much in here for me this time around that I found very interesting. But my first one was number 18 on page 18.
Number 18 or page 18?
It's on page 18.
You can't steal this from me, you bastard.
You had your chance, Rob. You had your chance. It's why I wanted to go to Pat first. But when you were so, yeah, I wouldn't have deigned to steal this. That's chutzpah. This.
Actually, there isn't much talk about this. This whole issue is not great, so I don't have much talk about them. Go ahead, Pat.
I don't. We'll share this because there really isn't too much. But I did like this a lot because it does show where the beginnings of D&D's Demigods come from when they put the Lovecraftian and the Melnimity and Arthur. No, yeah, it was Melnimity and Lovecraftian and.
Is he having a stroke?
I'm trying to remember the ones they took out. So Lovecraftian.
Oh, from the DDs and Demigods. Yes.
And Lankmar were the three ones they took from the DDs and Demigods book out. But if you got one of the old ones, you have the Lovecraftian mythos, and this is again shows the beginning of all that stuff when they put it in there. Because that book should be coming out soon. If we're following Monster Manual, Player's Manual, and then DDs Demigods right after that.
Or Dungeon Master Guide's got to be in there somewhere too, but
it's before. I think it's after Player's Handbook, before DDs Demigods.
And I think we see an ad for DDs and Demigods in this or the last. I think so.
No, we haven't seen an ad for that yet. We would have talked about it if we saw an ad for it.
Yeah, but it covers a lot of everything. I even like it covers the Elder Thing.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny, some of the rules. Like, Azathoth only has 300 hit points, but if you kill him, the universe is destroyed. So,
yeah,
be careful there, guys.
Yeah, you can tell the power creep between the original D&D, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, and what they play today. I'm sure you could watch Critical Role. One or two of them could. I bet you Sam Riegel could 1v1 Cthulhu.
Yeah. But Cthulhu, you have to make a saving throw or go completely insane.
He's already bots in the Gagutsa anyways, so.
It's true. But yeah, some of the rules are funny, and the hit points are like ridiculously low. But this is back when characters were like 3rd level, and that was high level, so. I understand that, but man, it's pretty funny. Anything else to say about this one, Pat? I don't have anything else to say.
Not too much. I mean, it was just the standard changing over, taking something from books and giving it stats and numbers to play in your world.
Like, they do have hit points for, like, deep ones have 10 hit points.
The old ones have 10, 50, Migos have 35.
Yes, but yeah, it's pretty funny. When they used to be like, yeah, this is impossible to kill, it's got 300 hit points. It's like, no, not anymore.
They gave a Byakhee 100 hit points, man. Those are not as powerful.
It's almost as powerful as Nyarlathotep, who's got 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules are, some of them are ridiculous. Like, it's so funny. It's either like super like, well, that'd be really easy to kill, or like impossible. Like, the one monster like heals every round and spews out creatures every single round. Like, and every time you kill one, it becomes doubly as more powerful. It's like, okay, you just put this in there. You can't beat it. So, but unless you have Fireball. But yeah, Lovecraft monsters. But this is Rob Kuntz again. We're just seeing this Kuntz guy everywhere. Yeah, that was my second one.
That leaves me to go on to my. You got robbed. I really felt. I knew that this was going to be your day, Rob, and
yoink!
Ooh, that hurts.
Right out from under me.
The carpet right out from underneath you. Okay, we're going to scamper on over to page 12. and we're going to take a look at something called Some Thoughts on the Speed of Lightning Bolt by James Ward.
I read this one too. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It isn't so much mechanics, and it isn't so much. It's a thought experiment about what would happen if a fighter and a magic user met up, and then it was like, okay, it's a foregone conclusion if it's combat. If they come around the corner at the same time,
fighters
then
kills them.
Then he spreads it out. What if they're 40 feet apart? What if they're, and it keeps doing these incremental changes just to kind of run a simulation.
What armor is he wearing? What magic spell is the casting? And
yeah, just kind of like running a simulation on the mechanics as they are written and what would the outcome be. And I just thought that was interesting. It's like the trolley problem or some other such thing, just to think about each thing in different.
It sounds to me as a response to people saying, "Well, a fighter would kill a magic user every single time," and this guy's like, "Oh, not really." Like I think it's definitely a response to somebody bitching about something. That's what it seems like to me. Like, and it's probably in his own group. Because I think it even says like, "Oh, it's a known foregone conclusion that warriors would always kill a magic user in melee." It's like, well, because they never get their spell off, and then he talks about, what is it? What's it called? Like the order of operations of what things happen. I can't remember what they call it. Like things that you would never even consider because it usually doesn't go that minutiae in combat. Like I've never had to think about, okay, I'm wearing this armor. Okay, this is your combat rank or whatever they call it. It's like, holy crap, he really goes in depth.
Yeah. And it's not a long article either. It's pretty short, but like you're right. James got to his gaming table that a month later and looked across the table at Stephen, who was like, "Oh, yeah, I saw the article. I said one thing, didn't I? You had to,
exactly.
Didn't you?"
Exactly.
Okay, so Pat. Anything else that struck your fancy? Anything else?
Yeah, there was another DDs Demigod reference, and as we were speaking, I realized why I remember seeing Robert Kuntz's name on. He actually co-wrote the DDs Demigods book.
Yeah, there you go. It's starting to come together.
Yeah.
What page was that?
Well, no, that was the sidebar, but what made me focus on these demigods was on page 8 is the Persian mythos conversions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems to.
I really dug the way they actually kind of keep the whole Persian mythos together, even dividing the forces of good and forces of evil, because it's I forget the good guy's name. It's like Amura or Ahura and his archangels, and then it's Armin and his demons battling, depending on which side of the coin you worship.
And there's a lot of them. There's pages and pages of a lot of stats.
Yeah, it's all it is pretty much stats. It doesn't do too much descriptions, but.
No, but these are all DDs you can just look up anywhere, because they are actually they come from a real mythos in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Unlike the Cthulhu mythos, come on.
Well,
it's more likely to be true. That's all I'm saying.
Who knows? I'm just saying.
And honestly, we know they were ancient aliens. I've seen the documentaries on the History Channel. So
yeah, the guys with the crazy hair. If you have crazy hair, you can't be nuts.
I knew about that before him. Read some Zachariah Stitchin. There you go.
But that would be my second article. Honest thing, it's just seems like it was also very D&D demigod religious based, because even this giant article on the druids is here.
And
I didn't read too much into it.
Yeah, so both the druids and the illusionists get some love in this book. Yeah, I did read the humorous side of D&D. It was the article on page 5, and it wasn't humorous, and it was a lot of people just screwing over their teammates and laughing about it. And I'm like, man, I would kill this person if I met them in real life.
Yeah. I did read a little bit. It's like
I was just like, what an asshole.
It's throwing your hirelings in front of people or throwing...
No, he kept, like, the one, he polymorphed a guy into a stone and threw him into a room full of traps and then locked the door on him, and it's like, why is it funny? That's not funny. It's being an asshole.
Yeah.
Because it was his alignment.
Yeah.
He had to. He had no choice.
Well, they kind of implied that he deserved it, but still. It just shows that, I guess the immaturity is the word of role-playing back then, where it was more of like,
I feel like it's the immaturity of some players. Like, we had a player who would play like that, but it'd be a little more subverted, it wouldn't be so in your face.
Yeah. Well, but that was
like
also...
he would stab people in the back while hitting them with a ring of vampiric regeneration.
But
so people were losing hit points and not knowing how they were losing hit points.
But when was this? This is probably 20 years ago also. So I think now, as in like current meta, is once again trying to tell a story, not trying to screw each other over. Like Critical Role as the new basis of how people play D&D. I think that's a lot of people come to D&D because of Critical Role. You see them, it's all about the story. They would never screw each other over ever, those people. Like, I think hopefully they're taking those people as the way to play, not the olden days when it was just like, look what I did. I did this to my friend and he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Any group of people, and you get to know like some of your best friends and stuff, and you know how to get under their skin. Sometimes you got to do a little grinding. Sometimes a little bit. But that article was very cringy. It was
true.
Yeah. Yep.
Although it was funny, he said that he failed a shot one time. He was shooting his crossbow or something like that, and he failed so poorly that he shot the other guy's hireling and killed him one shot. He missed the creature completely. I thought that was funny. That's situational.
That's something that you didn't have control over.
Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't try to kill a hireling. He just missed so poorly that he shot the guy. Now that's funny. That's the difference between humor and being an asshole, right there. If he had shot him on purpose, not funny. But to each their own, I guess. I have nothing else about this whole magazine, because it was not very good. This one was kind of blah.
I agree. There wasn't much to it. I mean, I'm scrolling through it now. I'm still not finding anything that really caught my attention.
There was a lot of short articles. I think wasn't there like a very long... Is this the one that had the fiction? Yeah, the part of the novel by Andrew Norton was in this one. So, Andrew Norton.
Yeah.
So, I think that took up a lot of space, and not much going on in this one. You got anything else, Jack?
No. Honestly, the ads. There's one ad that's got a lot of snakes on it that I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting way to do the layout. They cut out the pictures of the miniatures. It's on page 16.
That's not an ad. That's Fantasy Forge again.
Well,
you guys keep thinking this is an ad. It's not. It's an article.
It's not. Imperium Missum. It's got a whole book, and it's a whole thing. But the long and short of it is,
no, Fantasy Forge is the one with the Fantasy Forge is the one with the snakes. Imperium Missum. That's once again that stupid Petal Throne thing.
Yes. So, but that's an article as well. Like just sort of like this Fantasy Forge. It is basically just a showcase of. The long and short of it is that was the most interesting thing. Aside from the articles that you gentlemen chose, they were good job. But other than that, there was the Fantasy Forge twisty snake situation. That was all I can.
The very last ad is I'm pretty sure about LARPing. I couldn't really understand it, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about live action roleplay. The Fantasy Trip Melee and the Fantasy Trip Wizard. I think you get to go on a trip and pretend to be a melee or a wizard. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Game designed by Steve Jackson, though.
And Star Empire's ad on page 31. So if you want the complete book, $7.50. Pat, you want the Star Empire $7.50?
Oh, that's the one you got. You didn't get the booklet only. You got the complete one. Plastic Ziploc. And
yep.
Ziploc with no C? Is Ziploc spelled with no C this whole time? Is this a Bernstein Bears thing? I thought Ziploc
had a C.
I
think so.
Wow.
Like anyways. The brand name. $7.50. Get your Star Empires now. Okay, well then that's the end of this edition. That's not a stellar one. Hopefully, yeah. We can only beat this dead horse so often.
Yeah. I mean, some of these magazines are not going to be good.
No. So this one we'll just stab in the back while hitting with a ring of vampiric regeneration and leave it to die. Call it a day. So I will give each of you a chance to answer for your crimes. What have you been up to, Rob?
I apologize for team building exercise. The last one we did was Enforcers, and I got a little verklempt. So hopefully next one will be better. Who are we doing next? I can't remember. Nameless? Maybe.
Nameless.
Dead Zone. If you're liking a miniatures game in the sci-fi universe that's skirmishy and more realistic than a certain other one with giant space guys, Dead Zone. Check it out. And then come to team building exercise and check us out. Hey, you can probably watch it anyways because we're just really, as long as you understand that we get angry a lot, it's pretty funny.
Come to team building exercise and watch Rob blow his top.
And Coach. We both did. Jack was kind of like, what the hell's going on? What did I step into?
A little bit, but my time will come. And Chopper, what do you got? What irons do you have in the fire?
Right now, the only iron I got in the fire is Mobile Armor Radio. All Things Mecha drops the first every month. Facebook page, like and subscribe.
If you like giant stompy robots.
Anything BattleTech, anything Cav, anything Gundam, anything Robotech or Macross, if you're going to be one of those guys. Yeah, that's it. I don't have a podcast intense life like you guys. I'm not a well sought out host.
This is Jack's only podcast. What are you talking about?
Well, Jack's got the TBE and whatever.
Rob, did you forget I was on that show with you?
I forgot about this show. That's all.
My God.
Oh, gosh. So.
Well, yeah. I guess I have 3 podcasts. You 2 have 2. Pat actually has 3, but he refuses to do Mantic North America. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hate going on for our Christmas episode. Really, I
think is it Christmas by now? Who knows? Might be New Year's. We record these beforehand, people. By the way, so if the world has ended, it's not our fault.
I think everyone understands.
If the world ended, this thing is probably not going to drop. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scheduled.
But if the world ends before this drops,
YouTube will still be around and it'll still be scheduled.
Yeah.
Come rain or shine or nuclear apocalypse, YouTube delivers.
So, much like the Beastie Boys, we would let the beat drop. Anyways, I will bid you all adieu. I've been Jack.
I've been Jobber.
And I'm Rob.
Get outside and do something with your life.
Get out there and please you put your dice down and go outside.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Vaccines.
Go play with the ball or something.